The more things change, the more they stay the same. Hey, y'all, Gravity, any day above ground, live it. The last live of the year. Hope you're having a fantastic one. Technically, it might not be the last one. I got fireworks. I don't know if I'm going to stream that tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's discuss this. Now, shout out to Brother Torian for him doing that live later today at 4 o'clock. So, brother, if you're still here, you could put your link for that in the chat, because I know MAGA coming. I don't mean to bring the trolls over there, but, you know, maybe they learned something today. What you're seeing on your screen is a very interesting thread concerning this thing called ConservativeOG. Now, truthfully, I never heard of these people before this whole Elon Vivek thing popped off. But going down the rabbit hole, and as you could see on the screen, this is tenant media all over again. This is folk who write stupid things online, and these conservative, quote unquote, organizations show up and tell you, hey, I like your content. We're going to pay you for what you post. Not realizing that they're compromising not only their platform, but if it ever comes out that you are being paid, who can trust you? So we're going to take a look at this thread. And this thread is, it's amazing. So this is from Greg Bolden. Now, this is Greg. He said he real. The independent journalist, educator, host of Be Bold, buymeacoffee.com/boldamerica. This is the conservative version of Cash App. PayPal, Venmo, whatever you want to call it. All right. So it says, secret payouts. Conservative PAC bypasses transparency on X. ConservativeOG lost their organizational verification, exposed their network. A long thread, part 1. Okay. I'm intrigued. Let's go. First tweet. Polarizing and provocative social media influencer Laura Loomer doxed Sriram Krishna. Now, this is Trump's pick for overseeing AI. As I told you on this channel, that Trump, just like Kamala, wants to invest in the AI and machine learning sector. You're going to need people for it, which is where a lot of this discourse came from, but okay. Donald Trump's pick for senior policy advisor for artificial intelligence on Christmas Day. This post violated X's policies and Loomer's X verification badge was removed. Now let's see. And it's still not back. So it says post 1 of 1. Violating our rules against posting private information. You may not publish or post other people's private information without their express authorization and permission. So it says, hey, Sriram, whatever the hell. What is this? Why did you donate to Kamala Harris's presidential campaign less than 1 month before the 2024 presidential election? You didn't even vote for Trump. Now you want to infiltrate his admin? Have you seen this real Donald Trump? I'll make sure. And there's the links. Now, this tweet is gone. So there's that. So we go down. So it says the spin began quickly as ConservativeOG and affiliates realized their entire operation was compromised. Laura and the affiliates began a space on X to discuss on December 27, blaming Elon Musk for censorship over immigration posts. This was a dishonest representation by all. Now, I listened to a little bit of this space, and this, for all intents and purposes, was Elon. But okay. They say it wasn't, but whatever. So we've got a venerable who's who of MAGA racists. We all know who this is. This is the chick who told her kid to say the N-word and was talking about you gonna serve their kid to some dude when they turn 18. There's conservative OG in the corner. I ain't sure if this is really Alex Jones, but it might be. Cassandra McDonald, that rabbit hole. Owen Schroyer, of course, and other people, whatever. This lapse in journalism integrity exposed conservative, an organization holding Loomers and other 50 other influencer badges as their affiliate. They took to X and created an H-1B narrative and distracted from the larger story. Why did this organization and affiliates exist? So this is the tweet that Conservative OG put out after Elon took away their gold badge. All of our influencers have now lost verification status as well as our own page. Our brand did nothing. We spoke out against HB1 visas, and it appears that Elon Musk intentionally shut us down. Is this a new status quo from America's most free social media platform? You see? But when we said that Elon is not about free speech, we were yelled at. Okay. He's so free speech, he's still banning accounts. Shouldn't matter at that point. Free speech should be free for all. This led many to question how many influencers they had and what they were paid to do. Many looked for those who lost their verification status. Names quickly emerged. Laura Loomer was obvious, but many others were not, such as Gavin Wax. And he got a whole bunch of titles, but nobody cares. Anyway, other accounts named via space. Owen Schroyer, 1776, Lord have mercy. Okay, whatever. Chief Trumpster, he's a MAGA shill. Cassandra Rules, Isabella Moody, Jack Unheard, he's another one. That's another rabbit hole. And Raw's Alerts. I discovered more in my circle previous affiliates that ended their association, those rejected based on their impressions. This led to an obvious question. Who is Conservative OG and why do they have affiliates like Laura Loomer, Isabella M. DeLuca, and a journalism stable of influencers? Reject modernity. Embrace traditionalism. We already know where that's going. Conservative is owned by Jake Little and co-founded by Gregory Disser. Now, again, I'm just going to put this out there. This is all alleged. But we're just going to say that just to protect this platform. This is all alleged. Their website, conservativeofficial.com, redirects to a carry committee hybrid super PAC, FEC committee ID, whatever the hell. The custodian of record shows Greg Disser as acting treasurer. Donations came from someplace in Wyoming. Okay. And on the expenditures, money was funneled directly back to Conservative LLC. Okay. So that's altogether $7,280. Move this up a little bit so y'all can see it a little better. In an election year, how did this PAC and others like it influence messaging on social media platforms X and Instagram? Democrat influencers like Harry J. Sisson were paid $13,000 by Democracy Defense Action in 2024 and previously were paid by Midas Touch. And by the way, Harry J. Sisson got ratioed to hell and community noted to hell because he tried to lie and say nobody from the Democrats paid me, and they literally found his profile on this site. But okay. Midas Touch is another carry committee hybrid super PAC paying for Democrat influence. The conservative influencers linked to Conservative OG have been critical of the payment for posts to accounts like Sisson while hypocritically facilitating the same culture. According to those interviewed, Jack Unheard was one of several accounts sending messages inviting large conservative influencers into the affiliate program. But who is it behind the conservative OG posting and conversations? I reached out to Gregory Dissert on LinkedIn for comment. He declined to respond and also removed his work experience showing conservative after my message to him. I was surprised to see a DM requesting my messages on X the day after contacting multiple affiliates. So this one says, the sky is falling, everyone. In reality, you are just a R-id conspiratorial S.A. Duty butt. That's what we'll say, duty butt. F off into the oblivion and void of which you toss your ill-written journalism into. Sidebar, journalism isn't just reporting things. It requires oratory to get some for the sake of whatever lurks in the void. Okay. From this person. CEO, Sephardic Jew, former U.S. soldier, America First activist, conservative influencer, and budding political operative. Be wary of that word when you see it around if someone calls themselves an operative. The Preston Power failed to realize that not only did he confirm I was directly over the target on this story, but he did not know that affiliates outed him earlier in the day as running the X account. And there it is. Hello, I am that word for Trump, who is against the HB1 visa. Remember when we used to joke that when they go to these America Fests and these conservative events, and they all stuck in hotels together, and there's booze and drugs and a lot of oh wow, I read your stuff online. You look better in person. A lot of that going on. Yeah. Remember how these were the same folk that were saying, oh, what happened to those two people in the senator room that were having LGBTQ sex? And nothing was happening. Yeah. There you go. That's conservative. I decided to accept the request Preston sent me and responded. And yet, here you are in my DMs. How are you doing today? Guess you are a little sensitive to me sniffing around a bit. That's okay. I know exactly who you are. To which that person said, laugh out loud, my identity is public. Enjoy getting zero traction on your nothing burger. Well, he's got 292,000. That's some pretty good traction. Like a coward, the Preston Power immediately blocked me from sending a follow-up. He did me a favor. I now knew they felt their payment to influencers to post content for them was a nothing burger. There is good money in being a paid influencer. Many shared their rate. Their rate. I wonder what this rate is. In fact, in messages shared with me by Sarah is Censored, a former affiliate and accomplished journalist, which is a lie, but go off. The payment was discussed when they were looking to bring her on board to advertise for a gambling profile. Isabella M. DeLuca was named. So, conservative OG, brand deal on the line, anytime for a call. To which Sarah said, brand deal? Doing brand deal with Cal She with 200 plus influencers that we're managing. Can't spell we are, but Going through my firm. Let me know if you want to be a part of it, finalizing tonight. So they said, I think I do. I don't know what it entails. So they said, just need your rate per post and how often. Need to be at least daily. So then Sarah said, oh, okay, I've never done anything like that before. I wouldn't know the first thing about rates, but I'm interested. Isabella DeLuca gave us 75 a post for X/IG, to which they put a love emoji. Hey, I think I'm going to stay away from this. Combining gambling with politics will be difficult to post about. It's really not my wheelhouse. So they said, gotcha. Just wanted to know we are always looking for ways to feed you. I appreciate it. I just don't really mess with the whole gambling or betting thing. They gave her a heart. Respected. Mm-hmm. All these conservative channels that you see, and they have all these sponsorships from companies you've never heard of. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's look at Kalshi closer. One can bet on politics, economics, crypto, weather, and more. Okay. The danger of a social engineering influence network running a pack is already apparent. What if they had a hand in the betting markets? Could they influence bets with posts? Should an organization tied to a hybrid super PAC be involved in promoting gambling? I spoke with an affiliate who claimed to have been on with ConservativeOG for a month. They told me they were in a room that gave recommendations on what they wanted posted, and their rate was $40 a post. They only reposted stories that aligned with their brand. On X, a room refers to a space for group conversations, which can be a group direct message or X spaces. The Conservative OG, like many other groups, use the group's DMs to create private text-based chat to plan, brainstorm, and offer their push stories and posts. Kind of sounds like when Amazing Lucas said a few months back when he was discussing how when he was running around with them conservatives, they were all in Zoom meetings, him, Tatum, and others, trying to figure out what to post so they can all get paid. Nasty work, but okay. According to several affiliates, one of the room members was the profile Jack Unheard. His role was getting the verified checks out to affiliates. This was based on the reach of the profile being offered an affiliate status and their impressions each day. In one case, a potential affiliate was rejected when their impressions did not support what Conservative was looking to promote their reach. The practice of promoting social media accounts is not something new to the founders of Conservative, owner Greg Little's background. So they have that, owner at Conservative, CEO, founder at Connect Social, marketing operations / partnerships at Structured, marketing operations at Sift, and influencer relations at Flipmass. Okay. Conservative is intimately connected to Connect Social, one of many companies that help you get your favorite influencers seen by the masses. Their website, connectsocial.co, states the following. I'm curious. Maybe they'll tell you who's on this. Say hello to your new results-driven growth partner. Okay. 84 million annual sales, 20 years of experience. Who do you have? I'm curious. Paid media. They go MAGA stuff. They go Dan Bongino. Huh. So you guys don't have a list? Interesting. That might be smart, actually. I might have to go down this rabbit hole later. Anyway, back to this. Here is part 2. Get off my screen. Thank you. With 84 million in annual revenue, the owner of Conservative, Jake Little, also owns a large performance marketing firm that social engineers their talent on socials. Fake engagement. I like it. I'm intrigued. Keep going. Co-owner Gregory Disser is not just treasurer of the Conservative PAC. Ooh. He's also the chief operating officer at Connect Social. I reached out several times to Mr. Disser for comment on LinkedIn after he connected with me. As of this writing, he has declined to comment. So Greg sent him a message. Evening, been tracking down details of what's going on with X and the verification removal. If you are interested in speaking on that, I appreciate your time. Have a good night. Thanks for connecting on here. So Greg also wrote, following up, I've now spoken with both affiliates and current. Before I go live with my story, would you like the opportunity to comment? And nothing. All right. Several that I interviewed asked me to contact larger accounts that were not affiliated with ConservativeOG. They stated that almost all large influencers are paid to post content, and this practice is common. I spoke with several off the record, confirming what I was told. Websites like Influencer allow them to sign up and be fed ads and content. What makes ConservativeOG a different story from the many marketing firms that influencers have used to promote their content and be paid? Many of these individuals have found their way to Bedminster Golf Course, Mar-a-Lago, and meeting with President Trump. Okay. Now, I've never heard of this Shaney Rich or whatever the hell is. I've never heard of him, but okay. Greg Disser posted a picture on his IG with Shaney Rich. Free speech They always love to tell you how they're free speech absolutionists. Okay. Okay. All right. Greg Disser posted a picture on his ID with Shaney Rich, a co-host of the podcast Conservative, branded to the PAC in their socials. This is of note because he has had access to Trump, Ramaswamy, and many others, or many more. Their influence has afforded each of them access. Many are likely unaware that narratives on social media are no more free from influence than a CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. There's just a new generation. The movement looks young. Each of these leaders are in their 20s and 30s. Searching through social media, how did they rise? In the case of Shane Ginsburg, Shaney Rich, he comes from a prominent family of influence in the world of Amazon sales and teaching others to be successful. His father, Adam Ginsburg, paved the way for his son's lifestyle and career. Nepotism. In fact, researching the parents of conservative leadership led me to discover these 20-somethings came from wealth. Remember how MAGA like to tell you that they got it out the mud? There you go. That's why when we engage them and we listen to them talk and it comes off elitist, even though they claim that they started from the bottom. That's why we don't take them seriously. We know the truth. Y'all come from these nice middle-class backgrounds and upper middle-class backgrounds, and this is rebel BS. You want to look like a rebel because being a rebel is cool. You didn't know hard times. Things like this is like you think that the world is your oyster. The world is your big old clam that you can open up anytime and get the pearl. And God forbid somebody finds the clam and opens it to get the pearl. You get mad. In fact, researching the parents of conservative leadership led me to discover these 20-somethings came from wealth, and that helped them do some extraordinary things. It is impressive what this group has accomplished in a short time in the conservative movement. But it may not be completely transparent. When one affiliate pushed back about who was being invited on as affiliates, they received this response. Let's see what this says. The internet is a broad place. Both Dom and Chief are regularly invited to mainstream spaces. For Chief's case, he's regularly a part of spaces with Mario Narfall and even Don Jr. in 2 instances. Mario Narfall's an idiot, but, you know, that's not who we're talking about today. Dom is tight with Owen Schroyer, who is tremendously mainstreamed. The hell he is. You only know Owen Schroyer based on the fact that he had to go do some time, and he's affiliated with Alex Jones. People weren't checking for Owen Schroyer. He got hot because he had on a MAGA hat yelling on the street talking about how Trump didn't take any big pharma money. And now he's being real quiet because Trump took pharma money. There are going to be things to find about every individual, but if their content resonates with the overarching online populace and mainstream entities are still hosting them, there's no reason we can't be affiliated. Do you hear what he just said? I'm going to repeat it again. There are going to be things to find about every individual, but if their content resonates with the overarching online populace and mainstream entities are still hosting them, there is no reason we can't be affiliated. There you go. This is all to get recognition. This is all to get a grift going. This is all about sufficing your ego. They want to be celebrities. As much as they knock the left, they want to be celebrities. They want to boast on their bio. You saw me on Fox News. You saw me on Breitbart. I got to shake hands with Trump. He farted in my direction. But then they tell you that all us black folk do is idolize celebrities. The same folk telling you that we idolize celebrities whose parents and grandparents were running around trying to meet Elvis every chance they get. You gotta love it. But that's all right. Keep going. Hold on one second. I tell my old lady good morning. Anyway, if you have a problem with that, you're free to drop your badge. By no means should you feel compelled to keep it if you feel disgruntled. But this is peak election season, and quite frankly, we are trying to get Donald Trump. We're trying to elect Donald Trump and don't have time for this. Ooh, they're getting spicy. They're getting spicy. And there's something I hope somebody figured out when I showed who ConservativeOG was. I want to see if somebody's going to pick up what I'm going to say later, if you picked up on it. So we move on. And this led to the reveal that is vital to read and understand. I'm about numbers and what is mainstream. Until the mainstream stops interacting with these figures, we won't. You're literally mad that I have figures with a badge who've literally interacted with congressmen, senators, and Don Jr. So you're compromising who you are in life to meet some jackoffs that ain't gonna remember you until you get to their face. It's funny. You talk about fighting against the crap just so you can go buddy up next to the crap and defend the crap. Because that crap is okay. The crap you're fighting against is bad. Not realizing that both of them are crap. But you got it. This group has control over the majority of your conservative news feed. They not only purchase space for your eyes and ears, they have pushed stories that are not balanced. They are the Midas touch of the right, and they think they are untouchable. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have allowed this behavior to exist. Both platforms do not require disclosure that the accounts you are interacting with are providing paid content to you. The X platform is allowing manipulation of their own algorithm. Ever wonder how people grow quickly? It's seldom organic growth. There are marketing groups like Connect Social Co., Currents Management, and countless more that will charge to grow your reach with their social influencers assisting. Raw's Alert shared that they could not remember who contacted them about becoming an affiliate. They have made a point of telling people that they are one person doing all this work. They were affiliated in this group. Do you believe they became a 1 million follower account organically alone? Which is what we've told you in the past. A lot of these accounts got hot because of Trump. But it wasn't because they were actually talking real stuff. They were just sitting there kissing his butt. And a lot of them grew after 2020 when he lost, because they were doing rage baiting and crying. So they all got into their groups and cried together. Then they became friends. You are a consumer. They treat you as someone needing to be spoon-fed information. They exist for two reasons: money and influence. Until you demand better, nothing will change, and the consumer will remain influenced by deception. When speaking with those that left the affiliation, some had never accepted payment and left. Contributor to the story, Sarah is censored, shared messages that showed she kept integrity and values when offered to be paid to post content alongside affiliates that did not align. People like this should be celebrated for their courage to share truth, subjective, and bring a light to the darkness of social engineering and manipulation. If you want to see more work from me, his podcast, America Emboldened, Be Bold with Boldness feature, whatever. Okay. So there's that. Family. There's a reason why MAGA gets the crap that they get. Nobody's saying you can't be America first. Nobody's saying that. You should have pride in the country you live in. What we're saying is a lot of people in MAGA are not, I repeat, are not genuine. They're looking for a buck because they have no other skills. People like Brandon Tatum have no skills. It's not hard to make an upload video. It's really not. Anybody in this chat can make an uploaded video. It's not hard. What is hard is you upload that video, but you know everything you said in there is truthful. It wasn't given to you. You sat down, you did the research. You do the research in real time. You do the research and then upload the video later. That's how you get a following that is really going to sit there and really understand what you're saying and sit there and really learn. And they'll be better for it. As I told you before, reaction content is not hard to create. And more often than not, it's filled with opinions. You're really not going to learn nothing unless you're well versed in it. All these influencers, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, they're all frauds. But they get the reach. But when the truth makers want to talk, we're told we're lying. And before we get upset, and then, it is what it is. But we said now, we're just going to sit back and wait. Because the other shoe going to drop, and then you're going to have to put on them shoes and do the walk of shame. And here we are. The end of the year, everybody's getting exposed. Everyone. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. Continue. Everybody got to get it. All lies will be exposed. They've been lying to you. But y'all want to sit up there and y'all want to say, hey, they're telling me what I want to hear. I feel better that somebody's out there thinking like me. All right.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I can have nothing on one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee.
Mm.
Wow.